Call meeting order, determine there's a quorum. We have Commissioner Wardlaw, Commissioner Vasquez, Commissioner Garcia, Commissioner Flores, and myself. If y'all will please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Commissioner Garcia, if you don't mind.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Did you bring agendas? Oh, they already got them? Okay. Do y'all need more? We brought some, they're gone. Do y'all need more agendas, or are we good? A couple more, or about 4 or 5 more.
I'll give you mine, I'll show all, I got them that way, 6 times.
All right. Minutes, did we have some?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, approving minutes of item 5. Motion, Commissioner Flores.
Yes.
Second, Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 4-0-1. I'm gonna abstain because I didn't get to look at them this time. All right, item 6, citizens' comments. Is there anybody else? I've got 3. I've got Ortega, Davila, and Cordova, Maria, what, Cordova? Is there anybody else on citizens' comments? We're gonna fill out, okay. I'm just gonna start with what's on top, no special order. Ortega, Ismael,
Yes, sir.
you wanna come up, sir?
Yes, sir.
When y'all come up to the podium, if y'all don't mind, just, state your name first, and then it's podium's yours, sir.
My name is Ismael Ortega. I actually go by Izzy. And I met Gustavo Flores in 2008. Actually, I've been gone all these years. I just recently retired. Retired from the military, and I worked for the State Department. I was in Afghanistan towards the last days. I'd like to point out for Mr. Flores is, you're talking about lights on the duck pond area, on Cienegos Road. That's under $4,000. Consider this, is a light worth $4,000, okay? When it rains a lot, like it did the other day, when it rains a lot, is that light worth $4,000? I saw thousands and millions of dollars left behind overseas that you taxpayers funded overseas. Now you're putting up a fight over $4,000. Does that make sense? Okay. When I left Afghanistan on August the 15th, 2021, I'm the one that gave the order to destroy all the weapons. That was millions of dollars there. And the reason we did that, because we had 3,000 Americans we had to evacuate. So we said, it's not worth a life to lose an American for damn weapons. So now, everybody's putting up a fight for $4,000. Give this man what he wants. Because down the road, when that duck pond floods, like they might have done last night, and somebody drives into that water and you lose that one life, was it worth $4,000? Ask yourself that. In conclusion, about Mr. Flores, in my opinion, he's a good man. And since I've been gone all these years, he's done a lot for the Vega Verde. So give this man your support. That $4,000 is a penny. It's a penny compared to somebody's life. So, in conclusion, I ask that you guys approve these lights for the Cienegos. It's very important. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Davila? Por favor. El nombre primero, señora, y luego ya puedes hablar.
Yo únicamente les estaba pidiendo de que a ver si me hacían el favor de que metieran las luces ahí en Ciénegas, porque la mera verdad está muy oscuro en las noches que vamos para allá. Y el señor Gustavo ha hecho mucho por nosotros y yo le dije a él que por qué no metía las luces para allá. Dijo, vamos a tener una reunión aquí en la corte, dijo, y vamos a que pueda ir usted para poder dirigir esto. Así que les pido de favor, que si me pueden hacer el favor de aceptar que me metan la luz para allá.
Muchas gracias.
Ok,
Gracias.
Dios los bendiga.
Muchas gracias. We moved in to Circle East and this, she,
What's that?
when we moved into Circle East, she was the first person to bring us, cake and stuff to welcome us to the community. Córdoba? María?
Buenos días a todos. Quiero en esta mañana hablar con todos ustedes, porque ustedes son algunas personas que están en contra de no dar la autorización para esas luces que tanto se necesitan. Hace 2 semanas yo tengo una amiga, ella iba para su casa y su carro se quebró. Y ahí estaba en la mera curva. Y ella me llamó, porque sabe que yo vivo cerca. Y yo fui, tenía 2 niños. Ya estaba muy oscuro. Puede pasar un percance, un animal, uno nunca sabe lo que puede estar ahí. Y no hay luz, no hay visibilidad. Entonces, ¿quién se está oponiendo? ¿Por qué? No estamos pidiendo una luz para hacer un baile. No, señores. Estamos pidiendo algo para ayudar a la comunidad. Y Mr. Flores, él ha estado siempre ayudándonos. ¿Cuál es la envidia? ¿Quién tiene esa envidia? Estamos haciendo por la comunidad, por el pueblo. Hay veces se gasta dinero en otras cosas que no son útiles, que nada más porque se les puso, lo hacen. Precintos 3, 2, 1, por favor, trabajen en sus precintos y dejen al señor Gustavo que trabaje en el de él. Él ha hecho buenas cosas para nosotros, muchas cosas buenas, porque ese precinto que está allí se ha hecho grande por él, y porque nosotros lo hemos apoyado y lo seguiremos apoyando en todo lo que necesitamos. Necesitamos banquetas también para aquel rumbo, para que la ciudad se vaya viendo mejor, para que el condado se vea mejor. Necesitamos progresar, no quedarnos ahí amontonados, no, necesitamos progresar. Entonces, él está haciendo algo bueno, está pidiendo algo bueno. ¿Se lo podremos dar? ¿Sí o no? ¿Quién está opuesto? ¿Quién? Necesitamos las luces. Que levanten la mano, que digan que no. Por favor. Es la hora. Y gracias a Dios que estoy nomás yo aquí. Yo tengo una hija que estudió ciencias políticas. Y si viene, pues ya sabrá cómo lo va a poner. A todos. Por favor, hagan eso. Necesitamos las luces. Necesitamos las luces. Les vuelvo a repetir, no las luces las queremos para bailes, ni para fandangos. No, señor. Necesitamos las luces para el cuidado de la comunidad, de la gente. Uno nunca sabe, aunque tenga uno un carro nuevo, no sabe dónde se le va a quebrar o se le va a ponchar una llanta. Uno nunca sabe. Se atraviesa un animal también, un venado, por ahí, y va a pasar una desgracia y no hay luz, si no se puede ver. ¿Estará bien eso? Por favor, se los pido. Que Dios los bendiga.
Muchas gracias. Y'all want to go to that item since they're here? No, okay, go into that. Okay, we're gonna go to item 20. Let me shuffle. Discussion possible action regarding the proposed Senegas Road new street lighting project. This item will review past Commissioners Court voting history and provide a formal status update to Precinct 4 constituents. The discussion will address ongoing community safety concerns and inquiries regarding the previous opposition from the 5 members Commissioner Court to the installation of new lighting along Senegas Road with specific emphasis on the safety hazards surrounding the duck pond. Commissioner Flores.
Yes, Judge, I put this item here because past meetings when this item on the new streetlights for Senegas Road was voted down, and I wanted to ask the commissioners that voted against it that why. I mean, is there an issue? Is there something wrong? Something needs to be fixed to be able to get this activated for this item to pass. This is a safety concern, safety issue. Senegas Road is the heaviest traffic road in the Valverde County. 9,120 feet, 20 cars per day go up and down that road. And it's nothing negative. It's something that brings something positive to the community, to the area. It's for the good of the people that work in the industrial park, for law enforcement. Sheriff Department goes up and down that road. Border Patrol, school buses. There's 5 different school bus stops on Senegas Road. They pick up over 100 kids a day. It's just a safety concern. I mean, it's nothing out of this world. New lights, street lights. Everybody wants them. Everybody needs them. Unfortunately, we can't provide that service to everybody. But I'm concentrating on high traffic road, which is Senegas Road. So all I want is for the commissioners to vote in favor of this item so we can move on. Everybody can do their thing in their precincts and just leave precinct 4 alone. I think I've done a great job. I mean, I've been there 16 years and it's grown a lot. We've done a lot of good things. Nothing that is a eyesore in that precinct. Everything is beautiful. Beautiful park, beautiful community center. We're going to fix Senegas Road. We're going to invest hopefully over $10 million on this road. This road is the backbone to the industrial park. Everything goes in and out through there. So I'm asking the commissioners to vote in favor of this item. And I don't want to really say negative things. There's no need for that. I think we can keep it at a professional level. And I hope they vote in favor of this item.
Commissioner, do you have anything to say about item 20? Any comments? We'll go down the line. Commissioner Wardlow, do you have any response or anything to say?
Yes, Judge. I voted a while back for a light on the first curve that curves to the left, which is east of the duck pond. I think it was a light number 10, had a 10-foot arm, and was an upgraded light. And what's the status on that light, Commissioner Flores?
It hasn't been installed yet.
No?
AP is
The one that,
over in duck pond, that right one, that new one. Yeah, Barry got installed a while back, a couple of weeks back.
And then I went and looked at the lights. I noticed that the last curve before the duck pond curves to the right. It's east of the duck pond. It has a guardrail there. And one thing about the guardrails is you can put up yellow reflectors, and they show you where the road is. What I'm getting at is I'm for lighting the roads, but not just that road, any road that needs it. But I'm also concerned about our ecotourism in the area and the light pollution that Del Rio creates. And we've got lit up billboards and stuff around town. You can see this stuff from our state parks, state natural areas, and other places that rely on ecotourism, which is dark skies. A lot of people in town aren't going to know what dark skies is because they live in town, they don't go out there. But I do go out there for work, and you can see the glow of Del Rio, which you used to not be able to see a few decades ago. And I think it's just overkill to pass the upgrade of 20 lights that we did pass through this court to extend 6-foot arms to 10-foot arms and upgrade the light itself. And before those go up, we pass 6 more lights to put them up. We don't know if these 6 lights will even be necessary after the 20 are upgraded and the road is lit up better than it is now. So I'm just looking at it as a step-by-step basis and not waste resources or cause more light pollution in the city of Del Rio.
I'd like to answer to that.
As long as we're just having a conversation.
Commissioner, with all due respect, this ain't the 1800s anymore, you know. These are populated areas and everything's getting lighted up. If you're opposed to lights on the heaviest road, traffic road in Valverde County, which is Cienega Road, then you're not, your vision is not a good vision, because you like it or not, there's gonna be new lights coming up. In your precinct and the other precincts and precinct 4, it's a safety concern. I mean, I don't know how you can say that light pollution. I mean, light pollution, this ain't, you're not in the middle of the woods. It's a city, it's, populated areas. I mean, you know, there's thousands of people live over there. How can you say something like that about the lights? Like I said, this ain't the 1800s anymore. 2026.
Okay. Commissioner Vasquez, you have anything?
Yes, sir. Judge, so Commissioner Flores wants to know why it has not been passed, and I'm going to give you my explanation. Commissioner Flores, so these lights, how many of these lights are facing are going to be facing your property? Your subdivision that was,
They're across the street but those are just upgrades. They're not new lights. If you drive up there tonight, like Warlaw does,
yeah,
go over there
took a
and
look.
there's dull lights, old lights.
Again, how many of these lights are going to be facing your property, your new subdivision?
The upgrades is about 4 lights.
And out of these lights that you want approved here, how many of these lights are facing your property?
None.
So, light number 2, light number 3,
Can you give the address?
Well, on here it says 2410,
and then 27.
opposite Dollar General, marker 3. That one
And,
is gonna be right across from,
On Finnegan.
yes.
It's on Finnegan. There's no light on Finnegan. This is an industrial park, man. I mean, if you guys
No,
can't see the
no.
big picture.
Wait a minute. Number 2 is opposite Dollar General, if you'll go to the deal. That one is right in front, and then there is Finnegan on here also. But the first one he mentioned,
But
is.
if you want to exclude those lights from this item, that's fine. I mean, that would really hurting you guys.
yeah, well,
Anything across from my property
Hold
is excluded.
Again, we've had this conversation before. If we try to talk over each other, nobody's gonna get to listen, and we're just gonna get in a screaming match. So one at a time.
yeah,
Commissioner
Judge, so,
Vasquez.
for me, to consider Judge, voting, on a yes on this, I'd have to, I'm listening also to taxpayers, my constituents. I know this is precinct 4 budget money, but, well, it's taxpayer money. They're questioning why I would be voting on some lights that are facing a property where a commissioner just decided to subdivide, making some money off of the property. Now, you want some lights facing that
But
property.
that's not on that subdivision.
Okay.
The
Well-
subdivision
They
is
are-
past Dollar General.
And I'm sitting here sort of in the middle between y'all.
But I'm okay.
They are on the street,
They've been there.
on a piece of property that you own. We're just gonna clarify.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not picking sides here. If that is a concern, your main concern, then how about lights around the curve that are not in front of this property?
Yeah, I can definitely take a closer look at that, Judge, we can do that.
Do you mind if we go to Commissioner?
Yeah, yes, sir, I'm ready.
And again, this is just a conversation. We're trying to get to a point. Commissioner Garcia?
Yes, I would like to ask on the subdivision that Gustavo Flores developer is asking for a replat, how many streetlights is he putting up?
And in front of his property, there's already lights there.
I know, but that's, because we talked about existing lights and we talked about new lights, but part of our model subdivision rules state that the subdivision developer needs to put up lights in front of their property. So my question is, how many lights is subdivision developer Gustavo Flores
If it-
putting up in his subdivision?
If it's a new road,
That new road doesn't matter.
no, it does matter.
No, it
Well,
does not.
what we talked about was that if they were needed, we should go back at the developer.
Well, see, that's the problem, because it appears, there's the perception that Commissioner Flores is asking for these lights, so he doesn't have to put them up as subdivision developer. So what the perception is, that Commissioner Flores is wanting to use taxpayer money to fund lights so that Mr. Subdivision Developer does not have to.
So in doing that, if the lights that we were asking for, that he's asking for, whatever, are not in front of the subdivision today, to give us an opportunity to come back and bring that to the court, to see if there's gonna be a cost to somebody else other than us,
So
would
my,
y'all be okay with the lights that are not in front of his property?
I am willing to, if Commissioner Flores, as subdivision developer, is willing to follow the model subdivision rules, I think that solves the problem for a lot of us. So if he were willing to put one on each end, one in the middle, I don't see an opposition to any of these lights.
So-
Okay? So if he, to fulfill his requirements as developing the property, was willing to put up 3 lights, I will vote for the other 6.
So if we were to take, just trying to get somewhere here, if we were to take the lights that are nowhere near his.
I'm not willing to discuss that.
Okay, because
He needs to
that's part of
put,
this discussion.
right, but he needs, as subdivision developer, to follow the rules of the county that he also voted for.
And what we can do is bring that subdivision back to look at it, to see about those lights there.
Because here's the thing. At the meeting we had February 25th, each one of us discussed our concerns with this. And this was part of what I said. That we had a meeting in January, then all of a sudden, 2 weeks later, we have an agenda item with 7 lights. And then 2 weeks after that, we have 7 lights plus 9 upgrades, which some were voted down and some were tabled. March 25th, we had 10 new light arms and 9 new upgrades. Now, those were passed. So I don't understand why people are thinking that we're denying them lights, because we have. And Commissioner states that there's lights there that don't light brightly. Well, those lights have already been approved as of March 25th.
Commissioner, on those 10, there were 2 entries of 10. It was a total of 20 lights.
Right. So, and also on the meeting of the February 25th, you made a motion to put a light in at the curve. Okay? So, March 22nd, we had 6 lights.
Right.
March 6th, the same 6 lights. March 20th. So at the 20th meeting, when this was not seconded, the judge asked Commissioner Flores to contact us individually to see what our opposition was, and you refused. Okay? So I guess now we're gonna have this discussion in public. But our opposition was already explained at the February 25th meeting. So if you want these passed, it's real simple. Comply with the model subdivision rules, put up lights on your property, and then we've got this solved.
Which one, this one?
And we'll cancel all the lights from Senegal Road. But they'll
I'm not
make you
asking
happy
you to
for that.
cancel
No,
the
that's
lights.
what you're doing.
I'm telling you that you
The
need to
lights
follow
in
the
the
rules
road
just like
there,
every other
forever,
subdivision developer.
The light in the
Because
pole
we
on
cannot
the other
make
side of the
exceptions
street
for you
on
because
Senegal
you are an
Road,
elected
they're not
official.
on my property. They're across my property.
It doesn't matter across the street or on the same side of the street.
It does.
Quick, again. It's a discussion. And I think it's a good thing that we're having the discussion. I'd rather that y'all would have had it somewhere else, but we're gonna have it, okay?
So,
The lights, this subdivision, I could bring that back to discuss the lights that are directly in front of the subdivision.
I don't think we need to bring it back. I think we can
Well,
solve
no,
it today.
We need to bring it back because I have no idea and I can't bring up the whole thing there.
Judge, that's what happened. Remember that light number 10, when we got it up there and I saw where it was, I know the road,
If you
and so
go-
I approved that light number
So-
10.
If you go to the agenda for February 25th in the packet, it should have everything there.
And that's just it, we don't have that in front of us.
I need to see where marker number 3 and marker number 5.
If you go to your OneNote, you can get to that. But he states over and over, safety concern, safety concern. So at that February 25th meeting, we tasked the county attorney to do a traffic study, and we have yet to ask the county attorney of
I've got a letter of
results of that
support
traffic study.
from
So,
the school
Mr. County
district,
Attorney, will you please give us your
from Border
report?
Patrol, from the industrial park, and he still opposes the light.
No, I am not.
No,
I'm
you are.
opposing you
You are.
trying
You are.
to get free lights. That's what I'm
You're
opposing.
opposing the light. You always oppose the light.
No. I will vote, well, I will make the motion to approve these
I'd like to see
contingent on
that. I'd
you
like to hear
putting
that.
free lights
Yeah.
on your property.
Yeah.
This next
Well,
motion,
it's
this next,
still
I will make the
on my
motion.
property. If there's
No,
any-
I still want to see the traffic study from the county attorney.
I don't mind discussing it, Judge. So in the meeting in February of this year.
So glad we went to this item.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Judge. My office was tasked to work with the sheriff's office. Sheriff's office has basically jurisdiction outside of the city limits because this section of Cienega Road is all outside of the city limits. So obviously, there's an easy way to track accidents that occur on any section of a county road, because the sheriff's office basically is the entity that would investigate that, those incidents or those accidents. So we went from December 24th of 2021 through January 6th of 2026. And we looked at that section of Cienega Road, where I guess is pertinent to these lights. Because of the insinuation that there were a lot of accidents because of the darkness. There were, during that time period.
It's really hard when there's conversation going on around the courtroom and you're trying to do a presentation. So
Yes, sir.
I would greatly appreciate it if y'all want to have a conversation amongst yourselves, be respectful of others and leave the courtroom. Okay?
Thank you, Judge. So from December 2021 through January 2026, there were 29 reported accidents on this section of Cienega Road. Of the 29 accidents, 19 of them occurred during the daytime, so clearly lighting was not an issue. Of the remaining 10, not a single accident report indicated that visibility or darkness were a cause of the accident. Most of them, to be honest, were speed, DWIs, and I think there were 2 incidents where deer crossed the road. But none of them indicated in the contributing factor section of the accident report that visibility or lighting contributed to the accident. And this is just a neutral investigation report that my office conducted along with the sheriff's office.
Something very important, David, is that
Yes, sir.
those areas are growing. A lot of people in the moving over there, Vega Verde, the Cienegas, Chaparral. I mean, you know, it's just a heavy traffic road, plus a lot of those accidents were not reported. The sheriff's
Right.
department don't catch all of them.
And I'm, like I said, all I can do obviously is report on those that are reported.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Those that are reported, we have no idea.
You know, there's 5 school bus stops on Cienega Road. I guess those are not important to you guys, to whoever, you know, talking against the
I mean,
lights.
You can't make those blanket
That's
statements.
not a fair statement.
Yeah, you
That
can't make
is
those
really
kinds
not
of
a fair
blanket
statement.
statements.
I have voted, for these lights twice, but, that is just not a fair statement. I think all of us are concerned about our students, all of us are concerned about safety. All of us have a concern, whether it's in our precinct or not, or the whole damn county.
Correct.
There is a question on the floor right now, though, as to where the lights are, the placement of them, and which lights or what. So, you got it up? Okay. Right now, there are, and the thing is, though, that these things are not numbered there, I don't think, as they're numbered on our agenda. I think the numbers up there were what was when we were looking at it the first time.
I think they're
So-
right, Judge.
Well, there's a number 10 up there, and I know that we don't have number 10 on here.
On here, it's number 5.
That's what I'm saying, the numbers don't match.
On here, it's number 5 is marker 10.
On one map,
Crossing.
we had 2 lights at the intersection at the duck pond, at that stop. There was a light on each side. I don't see it on this map.
Right, that's on,
When you look at the chart that we're given in our agenda, can you go back, Carlos, and look and tell us which lights are what according to our agenda?
Yes, sir. Good morning, Judge, good morning, Commissioners.
And if you don't mind, start here and work our way back.
Okay, for the light item number 5, 3019 Ciénegas Road, Duck Pond, water crossing marker number 10, is the number 5.
Okay, the number 5 on the agenda is the number 10 on the map.
Correct, and it shows here on the legend marker number 10.
What about number 8?
We have a number 4, 2917 Ciénegas Road, frontage of Duck Pond, marker number 8.
So 4 and 5 are taken care of. What's number 7?
We don't have a number 7 here on this.
Is that the one that was already placed? That's probably the one that was already.
It was approved.
Right? Number 7 is the one that you made the motion and has already been put up.
yes, sir.
Number 6?
We have 2727 Ciénegas Road, right side preceding the Duck Pond, marker number 6, number 3. That's number 3.
So 3, 4, and 5 so far we have, right?
Yes.
What about number 3 on the map?
We have number 22410 Ciénegas Road, opposite Dollar General, marker number 3.
Number 3?
Yes, it's the number 2 agenda.
All right. So, in reference to you, about the subdivision and all that, the only lights that, because the rest of them are further this way, right?
The one number 6 will be 109 Owens Road, intersection of Ciénegas Road. It's not showing a marker number here on the agenda item, but it's number 6 based on the location.
On this map,
Yes, sir.
but it's not on the agenda.
It's number 6 here, but it's not showing a marker number here.
Okay, so it is on there.
Mhm.
So we've got 10, 8, 7 has already been put up, and 6
Yes,
are all, those 3 are on our agenda,
yes.
right?
And
And
then-
they're not in front of, Commissioner Flores' property. Number 3 is in front of, the Dollar General is no longer Commissioner Flores', but it is part of the property that he sold, that was from here to over here. The subdivision that we just did is from the Dollar General back towards, in front of wherever street that is. Close to Owens.
Street 280.
So, these right here, if we do between here and here, he's asking for no improvements on this subdivision that we approved at all. Right now. Did I answer that? I'm just trying to put it out, so basically these 3 lines, which are number 6, number 8, and number 10 are on the agenda that we can probably, because they're not in front of his property and they are part of the agenda, we just pick out in order to be able to vote on them today, a yes or no. And then everything else that he puts up will bring a better map showing, where they're at. If they're in front of his subdivision, which would be from the Dollar General to here, which is a subdivision we just passed, then, if there's any upgrades or new lights, if there's new lights, then the developer should pay for it. Right?
So, and you're gonna bring this plat back up for Commissioners Court to decide how many lights are gonna be installed?
If he brings any lights between here and there, it will come back to the court. The plat, because, and we'll show the public and show everybody that this is, Gustavo Flores' property. And what the court has decided is that if there's lights that need to be there, new lights need to be there, then the developer should pay for it, because that's what we've decided. Go ahead, you're thinking something. Go ahead.
Yeah, but I'm trying to phrase it in a nice way.
No, and not, which we all have that
especially if you have that problem.
I'll say it. The safety is such a big issue. Where's the yellow arrows with the black arrows, the yellow signs with the black arrows on them? This is all about safety. It's not the 1800s anymore. And that would be the way to fix up that road.
What arrows are you talking about?
Yellow reflectors with black arrows on them.
Reflectors.
And if you would like to make that a recommendation, you could. I'm gonna go over this real quickly, y'all are sitting there in case y'all have questions. 10, 8, and whatever that one is, I can't see it. Number 6. Number 6. Those are the ones that are not in front of Commissioner Flores' property. The subdivision that we approved, the lots that he owns, well, he actually owns from here all the way down here to the railroad track. Which he still owns that except for the Dollar General. But the subdivision that's been brought up is between the Dollar General and right here where there's some railroad lines. So the concern is that the county will be putting up lights that are needed in front of the subdivision, which the court has had discussion that if you, as a developer, if you do a subdivision, and now you're creating more traffic, whatever, if lights needed, the developer should pay for the lights. I can tell you in the subdivisions that I have down there, I pay for the lights, the county pays for the money. But, the new lights, if they're on a concrete pole, they're $3,000-4,000. If it's just the overhang, that costs us not that much. And there's already poles there in order to do it, but we're not talking about any lights in front of this subdivision.
So I got a rebuttal on that. And this is from Mr. Warlow, in reference to illumination. All you're doing is by putting those lights up, you're actually helping out the border patrol. As you all know, I don't live here full time. I live in San Antonio. I come here for my solitude. I'm a military retiring war veteran. And basically, if you're doing away with illumination, you're actually not helping the border patrol out there. There's a lot of pickups out there. Even we live on the Vega, and there's still activity on that border. There's still people trying to cross over. Hell, we need lights on the goddamn border hole, you know, and the people need to clear the goddamn blocks up too, but.
As much as.
I know as much as we wanna do, but Mr.
As
Flores
much as
here-
I love your colorful vocabulary, because I use it a lot.
Yeah.
Just tone it down a bit.
Yeah, but listen to this. Illumination is helping out the border patrol, okay? This $4,000 is pennies compared to what I've seen overseas, millions of dollars. I've been in Pakistan, Iraq, Afghanistan, Ukraine. This is pennies. I see you guys scribbling about $4,000. Hell, why don't we just start a GoFundMe for those lights? Because you guys, it's been going on forever. How long is this going to continue?
Okay.
Just for the safety, so just one last minute. It's for the safety, and those lights, it's nothing. And you guys keep going over and over and over.
I think the concern of the court, by what I'm hearing today, is that it isn't, as soon as you get, for one, it probably don't have a problem as long as they're not in front of his property.
Yes, sir.
And the reason, that is because if they're in front of his property, we have a set of rules now that we passed, that because there was a person that subdivided, then therefore he must pay for the lights. Okay, so I guess the concern, my opinion, would be today, the lights that are not in front of his property.
So as you were showing us and you asked me something, so my question is he going to be allowed to file his subdivision plat without putting up any lights?
There are lights already there in front of his subdivision.
As he keeps saying, on the other side of the road?
There are lights already there.
On the other side of the road, but is he not going to be asked to put lights on his side of the road?
And I can tell you that, that would be a question for Carlos. Carlos, you need more stuff, you need a bigger plate. I would say that if we go out there and count the lights and see how many lights are in front of his subdivision and bring it back to the court, Carlos can give us a recommendation if he believes there's more lights needed. If there is more lights needed, then the court can decide that, take a vote on that and get the developer, whoever the developer is, which is him, to pay for those lights.
Judge, and I'm willing to do that. I mean, to pay that for extra lighting if needed, but lights on both sides of the road will contribute to light pollution.
No, you can't have it both ways.
Now I can tell
Well,
you,
I mean,
I can tell you that what we do on the subdivision that I have, and I built outside the city limits, we put lights on one side of the road. We don't put lights on both sides.
The problem is that other subdivision developers are being requested to do
No,
such a
and they
thing.
put up lights on one side of the road.
No, one
Right.
side, that's it.
But we seem to be making an allowance for
No.
one person.
No, we're not going to. That's how come I said if the lights that are not in front of his subdivision, we can take a vote on those. We can look at his subdivision, count the lights in front of his subdivision, whether they're on his side of the street or not, and bring that back to the court, and then the court can vote to check and see if they want to add lights in front of his subdivision.
Well, since the commissioner just stated that he's willing to put up lights in his subdivision, I will make a motion on the next agenda item to approve all 6 lights.
Okay.
Contingent on him putting 3 lights on his property. That way this issue is settled. We don't have to come back. It's done today.
The thing
The
about
safety
it, though, is
concern is
The thing
solved.
about- Go ahead, I'll let you talk.
Well, I'll make the motion. We approve the 6 lights. We also approve to his generosity of putting up 3 lights on his property, 1 on each end and 1 in the middle. And, this is solved. The safety concern is solved. The perception of the public that he's trying to get away with something is solved. And his, complying with the county subdivision rules is solved. So it's win, win, win. Problem solved.
We're not, because now we're picking on it because.
We're not picking
nowhere
on
in the county subdivision rules does it say that you have to put up a light
On both sides.
on both sides.
He's putting it on his side.
And laid on the street. And we already have lights on Senegas Road across from his subdivision. All right? If I was a developer, you can't tell me to go put lights, when there's already on a street that I subdivided to, that there's already lights on. Now, if there's no lights on it, and we had this conversation, there's gonna be more traffic because we've done this, they need lights, okay? But there are already lights on that street. So now we're gonna require a developer to put lights on his side of the street, even though that there's lights across the street.
Well, if you look at the various maps we've had, apparently the quantity of lights is something good, because he has them all clustered together. When we had the 9 and the 10, we have the street, we have a light. We have the middle of the block, we have a light. We have the next street, we have another light. So the abundance of lights apparently is positive. So I don't see why he would be opposed to putting up street lights on his side of the road.
Well, there's another thing,
There.
they haven't been upgraded. So Carlos can measure shadows and light and all this view, and we don't know yet because we haven't upgraded the 20 lights yet.
My concern would be is that now we're picking on somebody because we're making him put up lights that, even because of our subdivision rules, does not require that. If there's already lights, on the street, there's lights on the street. When we did Owens, or Los Patos, the lights are, I don't have lights on both sides of any one of those streets, it's on one side. When we did Owens in South Del Rio, the lights are on one side of the street. We did, the subdivision behind, Pizza Hut, the lights are on one side of the street. When you go to the city and they do a subdivision, the lights are on one side of the street. We had, Justin Burke, come to us on a subdivision out at Agua Vista. The lights are on one side of the street. But after all this, it's just a matter of a vote. I would think if we approve 3 lights, and any lights that we go back in there to look at this subdivision to see how many lights are across the street from the subdivision, and we can bring that back to next commissioner's court. I know what you're trying to get at, but, you know, I think if we take one piece at a time of this, or one bite at a time, we can probably solve it. If there is no lights in front of the subdivision, then, we could look at his plat all over again, if there's no lights. But either way, we'll bring it back to you. There is 3 lights now around that circle, 10, 8, 6, that are nowhere near or in front of the subdivision. And we've been talking about wattage, we've talked about wattage and glow. The yellow lights look better, just my opinion, than the bright white lights. And they don't create as much, mosquitoes and everything else that we're attracting. But that's another conversation. There is 3 lights on there that are not in front of his property. And we will bring back, if we can get those 3 passed, we will bring back and look at the subdivision to see how many lights are in front and what needs to be done there. But it's up to you.
We need the upgrades, we need to see what it looks like with what we've approved already.
Well, where y'all have approved is not the 3 lights.
Right, but I mean,
And the 3 lights there, I can tell y'all, we drive that road, 3 or 4 times an evening. The light, especially the light right at the duck pond, when you go to cross, there's nothing there. The light that y'all approved is a big help. They're just gonna go out and adjust it because it's tilted. And first it was tilted one way, and if you were coming, it was too much. Now they tilted it back the other way, so they need to level that light switch just straight down. That number 7 that y'all approved. But 10, 8, and 6 are nowhere near his property. But it's up to y'all. Or if y'all wanna do, I'm tired of talking. Whatever y'all wanna do. I would hope that y'all would do 10, 8, and 6, and then we can bring the other ones back. But it's just a matter of emotion. I will, are we good with item 20? Or is that? I'm gonna go to item 21, discussion possible action for the installation.
I'll make a motion. I make a motion that all 6 lights be approved contingent on subdivision developer Gustavo Flores installing 3 lights, 1 at each end and 1 in the middle of his property, and those 3 be installed prior to the other 6.
I'll second that motion for discussion. If that's what model subdivision rules call for, if there's not enough lights across the road, I'd be more than glad to install those 3 lights. If it's something that model subdivision rules calls for.
Okay, when we get into that motion, because I have a motion and I have a second, who's gonna make the determination of whether those model subdivision rules call for the lights? Because at the end of the day.
A&P could do that determination.
No, it ain't gonna be A&P.
The motion is very specific, Judge, that the developer will install. So it's not a matter of making
No,
that determination. I
but
understand that
he
it's qualified.
he did his second by that.
Right.
And when we have this conversation as we go forward, first is not gonna, if he doesn't accept it, then second is going to withdraw his second.
And then I can get another second. It doesn't quantify my motion.
So, with what you want done to the motion, will the person that gave the motion accept that?
No.
Okay. Do you want to withdraw your second? Okay. So I have a motion. Do I have a second? Because right now, we're not even, we're given a motion and we're not even, abiding by model subdivision rules. We're given a motion demanding, not abiding by anything other than the court demanding.
So the motion on the table, Judge, is?
The motion on the table was to, accept all the lights as long as the developer puts up 3 lights on his side of the
I
road.
will second that motion.
Okay. I have a motion, Commissioner Garcia, and we have a second, Commissioner, Vasquez.
All the lights are 6.
It's all 6 lights plus 3, 1 on each end and 1 in the middle that he has to install before the other 6.
And I would recommend you go get an attorney, because I don't think it's legal for what the hell. we're
No, it
doing.
ain't, that ain't, it's not. I will file against this 3 guys, I mean, you know, they're voting on that motion.
I have a motion, Commissioner Garcia. I have a second, Commissioner Vasquez. Commissioner Wardlaw, how do you vote?
It's very presumptive.
And Judge, I got a question for you, if you don't mind. Could we, the court, be recommending one of the commissioners go get an attorney? Is that something
I
that's?
can recommend anything I want to.
Okay, just want to make sure.
And if you want, y'all can file a deal with the state. I think you've already threatened to do that anyway, so, it is what it is. Commissioner Wardlaw?
That's 9 lights against That's a total of 9 lights. I'm against it, so no.
Against? Okay. Commissioner Vasquez? You made a motion, you're for it.
Yes, sir.
Commissioner Garcia?
I'm for it.
Okay. Commissioner Flores?
I would
Against
not
it?
vote in favor of that motion.
Okay. I'm against it. Motion fails 2-3. I would make a motion, but I don't think it'll pass. I think it's just a waste of time. I will put this back on the agenda, and then we'll go through the lights and put it on the plat. That way we can actually see everything that's going on.
And we're gonna put his plat back on the agenda also?
I'm not gonna put his plat back on, but I am gonna show y'all where the lights are at, and then we can make a recommendation on the rest of the lights. And if the recommendation is that there's not enough lights, when I asked a little while ago who's gonna do the study, I think what we'll do is look at the other subdivisions, me and Carlos, and then come back and give you enough information for all the other subdivisions. That way y'all can look at everything else. And if he needs to put up more lights or anything like that, then, I think he should. Okay. We good?
Sounds fine.
I'll make a motion, Judge,
Yes, sir.
for item 21, number 5. It's the actual duck pond crossing. Marker number 10.
To put that one light up?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll second that. Number 10, he's referencing number 10 as to what was on the map. Right. And that's right at the duck pond crossing. I have a motion, Commissioner Wardlaw, second by me. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Anybody against? I assume motion carries 5-0. Thank y'all.
Judge, I don't know, but I think there was some other citizens' comments.
Or you've already moved on.
Okay,
and we're
all right,
done with
okay.
citizens' comments.
Yeah.
If you don't want.
No, that's fine.
Okay. Item 8, discussion possible action on Placer AI contract renewal. We've been paying this for the last 3 years. We paid it split 3 ways, and now, and last year we paid it split 4 ways. This time, it is for $20,396. If we split it 4 ways, it's $5,099. I would ask the court, the way it looks today, it's gonna be split 4 ways, to go ahead and set aside $5,100 out of contingency to pay for this
I'll
placer.
make a motion, Judge,
Thank you.
that we set aside
$100.
$100 out of contingency for contract renewal on Placer AI.
Okay. Motion, Commissioner Vasquez, second. Commissioner Wardlaw, all those in favor?
Who are the other 3 people contributing?
I'm sorry. It's the city, Del Rio, Hispanic Chamber, and Del Rio Chamber of Commerce. That'd be the 4. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 9, discussion possible.
We skipped number 7.
Oh, I'm sorry. No action. Number 7, discussion possible action to approve treasury reports. We have none. No action needed. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it. Item 9, discussion possible action of Alberta County to authorize for sale of fireworks for Emancipation Day. And it would be from, according to the statute, we're allowed to, if the county commissioners court votes on it, it would be from June 14th, 2026 to midnight, June 19th. And that's what's on the statute.
Judge, just a point of order. There is also an item by our fire chief, Mr. Vargas, number 23. I don't know if they're...
What we've done in the past, is sticks and fins.
Right.
Which it still allows for.
I was just cautious that if we pass it, this one just generally, then that may contradict number 23 later.
Well, which one do you want to pass first? We pass the other one first and then come back and pass this one?
I think so, Judge.
We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on to item 23. Discussion possible action to enact a ban on fireworks, which are missiles with fins and rockets with sticks. And we've done that.
Motion to approve that.
Second. A motion, Commissioner Flores, second, Commissioner Wardlaw. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 9, discussion possible action of Alberta County to authorize for the sale of fireworks for Emancipation Day.
Approve, Judge, item number 9.
Okay, and it would be from June 14th to midnight, June 19th. Is that part of the
And
motion?
you would have to include, obviously, the limitations which the court just approved on 23.
Yes, with those limitations also.
I'll second that.
Motion Commissioner Vasquez, second Commissioner Flores. Motion is, June 14th, 2026 to midnight, June, 19th, with the limitations of the previous item, which are sticks and fence. All right. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 10, discussion possible action regarding indigent defense services being provided by Far West Texas Regional Public Defender's Office. All right. Sorry it took so long to get to you.
That's all right. Commissioners, my name is Paul Chambers. I know that we've all met individually, but I've never spoken in front of you all before. I am the first assistant public defender for the Far West Texas Regional Public Defender's Office. I'm also the head of the office here in Val Verde County. My office is about half a block from here. I wanted to come and give an update on the office and what our numbers look like, what we think is going to happen moving forward. As you know, we opened our office on October 1st of 2025. Right now, 80% of our budget is covered by the state of Texas. We took our first case in Val Verde County in October and started taking all the cases in Val Verde County on December 1st. As an example of other programs that have started public defender's offices in other counties, it's taken 21 months to start taking cases in counties like Victoria, where they started a new public defender. We did it in 60 days. As of yesterday, we've opened around 525 cases. I'm being told by the county attorney's office that's about 90 or 95% of the entire caseload for the county for this year so far. And we take everything that comes into the criminal courts that's not a Class C misdemeanor, an OLS case, or a conflict.
I've got a question. How many cases can y'all handle on a monthly basis? Or how do y'all take care of cases? There's so many of them, and
Yes,
you
sir.
guys already started
Yes, sir.
dealing with them.
We have been, we're averaging about 100 to 115 case appointments a month.
A month.
And so far I can say that, except for the county court, I believe personally we're moving cases at about a 90-day period. So when I don't control when somebody gets arrested, I also don't control when someone gets indicted or charged formally. But once they're charged, my goal, and our goal definitely in district courts, which are having courts every month, is to dispose of the case within 90 days. We do that for a couple of reasons. I know that the Commissioner's Court is aware of CJIS. You'll have numbers that you'll have to report in order to get grants and other things. My grant is not covered by CJIS, but everybody else's is, I think. And so we're trying to move cases as fast as we can so that y'all can keep those grant money. The way that we handle some of those cases, Commissioner, is that I have a staff right now of 4 attorney positions that are filled. One of them is coming from Georgia. Mr. David Ortiz started in my office in January, me and Jackie Gurley, who just passed the bar.
In April.
And so that's how we're handling them. I have 2 investigators that work in my office, an administrative assistant, and 2 social work positions, although one isn't filled. And that's what we do.
That's great. It sounds like y'all have a good, strong crew there.
Yes, sir. And I have support from Alpine. That's got about 12 other support staff and attorneys total, that if I needed to pull people from Alpine, they'd come and help if we got behind.
We, as a court,
Yes, sir.
or any member, there's not a member of the court, there's not a member that works, or an elected official that works for the county that has any right to tell you who to hire.
Yes, sir.
Is that correct?
That's correct.
So when I'm being questioned of how come family members of elected officials work at the, I'm going to throw this out there.
Yes, sir.
Because I think people need to understand
Yes,
this.
sir.
We've not asked you, and no elected official, you've not had a conversation with any member of the court on who to hire.
I've not had a conversation with any member or any elected official about who to hire. That's correct.
And so
I've hired the
just wanna
best
be
people that I
perfectly
can.
clear. Yeah, and like I've told some of these people that have come to me, it's not my job. It's just really not my job. We're paying $300 and some odd thousand this year, probably going to be $400 next year. But it's not my job to tell you or to recommend who you hired.
Yes, sir.
It's your job to figure out who you believe is the best candidate or the best person for that position, whatever position that is.
That's correct. And nobody, and so that the court knows and the public can know, nobody's approached me about that. There's an elected official. Nobody that's not an elected official has approached me about that as far as I'm aware. I just hire the best person that applies.
And it's pretty impressive that, you've got people, I appreciate the individuals that you've hired and trying to keep these positions filled with individuals that are from here, if possible. They already know our community.
Yes, sir. Except for me. And the one attorney position that I just hired, she's coming from Georgia, but she did some OLS work here for the last 3 years. Every single hire that I've had lives in Del Rio and has for quite some time.
We just don't want this to be a conflict down the road. That if an elected official approaches you to help them out,
it wouldn't happen.
That'd be a big no-no, big liability for the county of Valverde.
I understand that, Commissioner, and I can tell you, if Mr. McDermott was here, who's my boss, he's the chief public defender. If he were here, he would tell you that I don't take orders well. Mm-hmm. So it wouldn't work very well for somebody to approach me and tell me what I needed to do.
And it's a good thing, right? I know that the numbers in the cases that y'all have had, we gave her a deal, I think 2 months ago to the court. It was looking back then that when we looked at the cases, it would be about $140,000 more than what it usually costs us.
Yes, sir.
But I think, and I kept calling it a transition period.
Yes, sir.
Between the attorneys that were already hired and were given cases before y'all came on.
Yes, sir.
They're still there.
They're still there, Judge.
And my understanding was there was this last go-round of cases that were already handed out to other attorneys, at least 12 that I heard about that were reassigned to y'all.
Yes, sir. So there's been one attorney that I know of that has been ill. We took his entire caseload when he started to withdraw from cases. And there was one attorney locally in December or January that took a job, had to leave. We took all of his cases as well. If one of them leave, we'll take them. Generally, we're not supposed to take cases from before we were open, but I haven't stopped doing that. My job is to represent the indigent folks in Valverde County, and that's what I intend to do.
And I'm sorry, I won't interrupt.
No, you're fine. I'm happy to answer any questions anyone has. So right now, our estimated caseload over the next 3 years will be about 3,600 cases in total. If you do the math on that, the cost to the county per case is going to be around $500 per case. That includes from a DWI, which I can say from personal experience, when I was in private practice, I would charge people $5,000 to $10,000 for, and I would bill the county, although it was Brewster County, $3,000 or $4,000 for. It'll cost you $500 for, all the way up to your very serious cases that aren't capital cases, $500. It's a flat fee, no matter what you're charged with. We are projecting that this year, since we haven't been able to fill our positions, that we're going to underspend on our budget this year. That means that in December, Judge Owens is going to be able to make a decision about where those unspent funds are going to stay in our budget, or if they're going to roll back to the county. So,
but you're going to cost us more than next month.
I'm hoping we don't cost you any more. We're trying to work on that, Judge. I don't control what the state of Texas decides to do. A large portion of our time is spent in your county jail. I know that was part of the conversation that I had with Mr. Martinez when we were coming in, and with Judge Owens when we were coming in. There is a limited number of bed spaces that the county has that are free at GEO. Part of what I see my job as for the county is to try to clear up that bed space as quickly as possible so we're not going over and spending money. We see all of our clients at the jail at least once a month. We're at the jail so much, I think the GEO employees would probably tell you they're tired of seeing us. I know that the sheriff can speak to us, being at the jail quite a bit, and in fact, because we've had some problems with access to the jail, the sheriff's office and the sheriff himself have been instrumental in making sure that we can see our clients. For every case that our office gets, we review them for bond hearings to try to get somebody out of the space. We filed writs and courses, and we're reviewing every week people that are in your jail to try to get them out so it doesn't cost the county more money. As of last Friday, there were 59 of our clients that are in your jail out of the 25 beds. 36 of those, or about 61% of those people, are either set for trial, have another hold, like they're going to prison, or they have an ICE hold or some other reason that I can't get them out of jail, or they will plead in the next month. The other 23 people have many reasons why I haven't requested bond on them, multiple serious felony cases that it would be a waste of time to ask for a bond on, or other things like we were only appointed in the last 2 to 5 days. So we've missed no dockets. We've had 2 trials. And as I'm seeing in our current court docket representation, in January, we were about 2 or 3 cases per docket. In this last docket that I had with the 83rd District Court, I was about 60% of their docket overall. We expect that number to grow so that we're hopefully representing about 90% of the dockets, and the people that aren't on the docket, or are on the dockets that aren't ours, have hired, hopefully. On Thursday, July 2nd at noon, that time may change, there's going to be a flyer that we have to get out. We're having a ribbon cutting and an open house for our office.
Tomorrow?
July.
I'm sorry.
All of you are invited. We'll make sure that you have all the correct information in case you want to come. I didn't get the opportunity to say this when the office first started, but I was very excited to come here and start this office. I moved here, I brought my family here. I'm excited to be in Valverde County. I'm excited to build this and hopefully represent the indigent people of Valverde County for a long time. And I appreciate the hard work of Judge Owens, of David Martinez, Commissioner Vasquez, and Commissioner Wardlaw, getting those grants last summer in order to make this happen. So thank you. I'll answer any questions you have. Thank you for your time.
Commissioner Wardlaw, you have any questions?
No, I just appreciate the good work.
Commissioner Vasquez?
No, Judge, everything's good.
Commissioner Garcia?
So we hired you with the hopes that you would save us money.
Yes, sir.
So do you have any plans on doing that?
I do. I do. Well, the first thing we have to do is we have to get most of the cases, right? Once we do that and
Just be blunt.
right, no, that's perfect. And the local bar stops getting appointed cases that aren't conflicts. That'll start to save you some of that money. The other big thing that I can do when I get the time to do it, and we're working on a grant to hire someone to do that, is something that I did in the other counties that we were in. There is always delay when you have people working with paperwork. And in the 5 counties that I came from, I developed a system, an automated system that actually evaluates whether somebody would qualify for counsel, and took that delay that there was 7 days down from 7 days to about 45 minutes. That cut down on people in jail. People in jail cost $75 a day in Brewster County. Plus the sheriff's office can sell that bed to the U.S. Marshal Service, so it really was actually a net loss of $150. The cost that I was saving just Brewster County alone with that system, which I hope to implement here, was about $450,000 a year on costs to the county. So we're working on trying to do that. I know that the JPs, I've spoke to them directly about doing something like this. I've spoke to all 3 of the judges that have criminal appointments in there. They're also on board with doing this. It just is a matter of getting the actual coding work done to make it happen. So,
thank you.
Yes, sir.
Commissioner Flores?
Yes, I have a request. can you provide me with your local employees' names?
Yes, sir.
People that you hire here locally?
Yes, sir. You want me to do that now, or
Or if you can, yeah,
Yes.
that'd be perfect.
Laura?
I mean, put it on paper.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
No problem.
you could state it.
I can set it for the record for you too, but I can put it on
But
paper
yeah,
if
yeah.
you'd like. Laura Hernandez
Who?
is a caseworker for me. She grew up here. I believe that she knows the sheriff very well. She was a softball player at Del Rio, maybe. Then there's Adrian Martinez, who is a former Border Patrol and FBI agent. He's also related to the sheriff and to Mr. Martinez, the county attorney. Jackie Gurley, who used to be the librarian at the high school here. She passed the bar. David Ortiz, who's been a long-time criminal defense lawyer here. My administrative assistant's name is Lupita Mann. Her husband works at the First Command. It's like retirement stuff. She was in the military here as a recruiter for 4 years before she left the military and stayed here. Let me go through, let's see. Amy Carrizales, she was an investigator for me. She graduated from Del Rio High School 7 years ago, went to Sul Ross University online through the program here in Del Rio. She was an investigator for OLS stuff while she was here, and now she works for me. Going through my office.
You're going room by room.
I'm going room by room. And then Julia Martinez, who's studying for the bar right now. And that is the daughter of David Martinez.
And I appreciate that.
Thank you.
I really do. Any other questions?
No, I don't have any questions. You were looking at me. You were looking at me.
We're, and like I said a couple months ago, and I told Mr. McDermott, I mean, y'all are gonna cost us a little bit more money than what we, not that what we anticipated, but y'all are gonna cost us more money this year. But with the amount of cases that you're getting, then the dollar amount per case has come down a lot.
It should.
So moving forward, looking forward, I think we're gonna be fine. If we can just get some of these, cases that these other attorneys, have, we're not gonna tell the judges who to appoint. They need to feel, they need to feel comfortable with who they're gonna get who the defendant's gonna get the best defense from.
Yes, sir.
But it looks like they're appointing, by the numbers that I'm looking at, they're appointing y'all.
They're appointing us, Judge, and so that the court knows there's an indigent defense plan that's published. That plan was changed, so where they have to have a reason not to appoint us. They have to have a stated reason not to appoint us. One of those reasons could be that it's OLS, because the county should be getting funds through OLS. One of the reasons might be that we have a conflict of interest that requires us not to be on the case. And then we don't take capital cases, but I know that the county
Already pays for that.
Elsewhere, so.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank y'all for coming. Appreciate it. And we look forward to an invitation to the ribbon cutting.
All right, thank you.
All right, appreciate it. Item 11, discussion possible action regarding authorization, Esser and Company Consulting LLC to prepare an update, Valverde County's Parks and Recreation Master Plan, plus this providing 5 additional points toward the Valverde County Outdoor Recreation Grant application for the Comstock project. Bottom line is, we're just approving him to update our plan.
I make a motion to approve, Judge.
Thank you. Have a motion, Commissioner Vasquez. Second, Commissioner Wardlaw. While we're on outdoor recreation grant application, we received a $500,000 grant or a $400,000 grant for non-motorized. Was it $500,000? 400. 350? Jesus Christ, that's completely out. The motorized was $500,000 done, right? We did not get that one, but we got the 350 for a non-motorized trails. Okay. That was, last week, which is pretty impressive. Thank you so much, Carl. I have a motion, Commissioner Vasquez and Commissioner Wardlaw. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 12, discussion possible action to ratify the submission of U.S. DOT Safe Streets and Roads for all SS 4A 2026 planning and demonstration grant in the amount of $5 million for the Senegas Road project. This one here, to give you all why it wasn't brought to the court before we actually applied for it. We found out about it on Saturday, I guess right after the last commissioner's court. Found out about it on a Saturday. Deadline was on the 26th of May at 5 o'clock. I visited with Carl on Monday, got with Carlos on Monday, and put the numbers together. Carlos did on Tuesday. And this is the only project that is shovel-ready. And if there's any money that needed to be set aside as part of a match, this is the only project that we have in the county that was shovel-ready, and we already had money set aside for the project. And this was the only project that would qualify. That's the only reason I didn't bring it before the court, and I didn't want to call everybody and get everybody's permission and then get questioned for getting everybody's permission. Yeah. Through a walking corner. It was submitted May 26th, which was the deadline. It isn't a $5 million catch-all to where it will pay for everything above the $6 million that we already have. The project is about a $9.9 million. We cut some stuff back. We're down to probably about 8.8, 8.9. This doesn't mean that this grant, even if we were to get it all, would pay for that project. There's only certain areas we could use the money on, which would be probably the intersections. And then the road that we have there does not have turning lanes. So we might be able to do something, a portion of the road as it relates to the turning lanes and striping. But if y'all don't mind, we can ratify it or not.
Motion to ratify, Judge.
I'll second that.
I have a motion, Commissioner Flores, second Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Thank you. Discussion possible action regarding the flood early warning system implementation plan, scope of work, and budget regarding Texas Water Development Board project number 40062. This is the one that they gave us 210 and we borrowed 210,000, right? It was 210 what we borrowed. We're paying them back 80 some month or whatever, $7,000 or whatever it is a month. It's on our interest and sinking to pay them.
Yeah, you're correct. I just 0% interest.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So they gave it to us.
Yeah, wasn't we had no money.
No, yeah, don't do that. It is at a 0% interest. We had $210,000 which to spend. When we applied for this and received it, it's now probably 5 years old, 4 or 5 years old. The plan was to go out towards the Pandale, Langtree area and that, or Pandale area. We were going to move it back to the pocket, and then court, like 2 meetings back, said that it would probably be better served to go out and try to put some sirens and some flood detection, water to monitor flooding. And I guess we have 210,000. We were looking at different companies to do some flood monitoring and report back in order to be able to set off sirens or whatever. We have 500 total with the 210. Okay. The 210 is what we ended up having to pay back.
So you got 290 grand, 210 left.
Okay. I was real concerned about the 210 spending. We talked about different locations to put these, the Lake Ridge area, the Comstock for sure, because the grant, when we first got the grant, it was for precinct 3, so it'd be Comstock, the Lake Ridge area, then probably Valverde Park, Escondido, Senegas. Those would be where the sirens would go. But then we were talking about some low water crossings, and we leave that up to y'all. I mean, like, what would y'all recommend within your precinct for your low water crossings?
I have a list that I can give Carl, or we came up with a list. Okay.
Cocobolo.
Okay. Cocobolo, and then you had Schmorles.
Benita Lane, and of course, Dolan Creek Road.
Okay. Commissioner.
I've got flooding all over the place. Lake Ridge, Los Campos.
Okay. So if we
I'll
can
get you, I thought we'd already gotten something
A
together
list
to you.
together, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and we do. I was actually on top of my desk, but if we can get Carl those, that way we can go ahead and move forward with those locations. And if you will prioritize and list them,
I will.
1, 2, 3, or 4 by priority, that way we can pick different locations depending on the amount of money that we have.
And Judge, as far as sirens go, yes, there's flooding in these low water crossings, but there were several tornadoes just across the river in Mexico. And I'm worried about that high country there where 277 South is, and you've got the Vista Oriente, Tesoro Hills, and those apartments up there. Those are right up on top of the hill.
Well, and the sirens, list that as part of your areas for the sirens. List them by priority, and then we sort of pick the sirens in depending on money, which locations. Also, the systems that we were looking at, it doesn't need to be in the low water areas, but if there's an area where it rains, and you know that if it rains up here in the hills, it goes through the draws, and then you're gonna have the flooding.
Mm-hmm.
So we can put these monitors up where it would cause the flooding. It doesn't necessarily need to be down in the bottom where it's flooding, so we can get notify them with plenty of time with the sirens that it's coming.
It seems like we have flooding in Comstock and 163 gets blocked, but we put sirens out there and I don't think anyone's gonna hear them.
Well, we can.
That, they were supposed to notify us and then we could, put something out, but.
We could put out there, we wouldn't necessarily need to put the sirens, but we could put the monitors.
Okay.
To let us know it's raining.
Okay.
To a certain point, it'll tell us how many inches. It actually dumps water every, 15 seconds, 20 seconds? That monitoring system will take care of itself. All right, but if y'all will get that to Carl, with the priority, list them in priority, that way we can go through there and pick, which ones we're gonna be able to do, dependent on money. No action needed. Discussion possible action on staffing for adequate fire and emergency response program grant opportunity. Go ahead, Carl, if you don't mind.
So this is an opportunity that currently exists. It's with FEMA. It's called the SAFER program. And what it does, it provides financial assistance if you wanted to hire additional firefighters in Alvarado County. It'll pay 75% of that salary the first 2 years. The third year would pay, the county would be responsible for 65% of that salary, so it would pick up 35%. First 2 years, it picks up 75%. So after that, when the grant plays out, you'd have to either budget for them or, terminate the position. Yeah.
How many years?
So I don't know if there's a need. I just wanted to bring it to the court's attention. Yeah.
What we can do, if the court will give us permission to look at it, we can look at it with George, our fire chief, and with you, Carl, and then figure out how we're going to do this, and depending on how many individuals, how many positions we already have, and how many positions are already filled.
And it's a three-year grant, Judge?
2 years at
3-year
one
grant.
percentage, and then the last year at 65.
Yeah, I think that would work perfect, Judge, with the new fire station coming up, to line something up like that, and 'cause I sure don't want to abandon the one in Cienegas. And that way it would help both fire stations, have manpower enough to
And
help
I
out on the
think,
fire.
if I'm not mistaken, the positions that you have that are full-time, you've gotten more people in training than what we've had. So it looks like those positions,
We're about halfway with the training of 6 additional firefighters, so
okay.
by the end of the year, they should be
I would need permission to apply for this, and then get with
Motion,
Carl.
Judge, that giving the judge permission to apply for this grant.
Second.
The motion, Commissioner Vasquez, Commissioner Garcia, all those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. 15, discussion possible action regarding Form A 509 award details, grant 24-0012, San Felipe Booster Station. Need a motion to approve?
Motion to approve, Judge, item number 15.
We can submit that to the state agency in lieu of the approved commissioner's court minutes when it was awarded back in April 2014. One page, one count.
Yeah. So I have a motion, Commissioner Vasquez.
I'll second that.
Second, Commissioner Flores. Any questions? All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 16, discussion possible action regarding the CFC 24-0012 Vega Verde Waterline Materials.
Motion to approve, Judge.
A motion, Commissioner Flores. Second, Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 17, discussion possible action regarding property held in trust by Valverde County because of taxes. If you want to come up, come on up. I put this on.
I don't have any questions, but I know Ron
No,
will
no,
read
it's all
me.
good. It's all good. We were looking at some cases and we had some questions on some other properties that the county owns. So when I looked at it and looked at Valverde County under the CAD, there's a lot of properties that say Valverde County trustee. I think there's 20 per page, and there's just like pages and pages and pages. We've had this discussion before. How do we get rid of them? And I know that y'all try to sell them, and we'll get input from the court right now. And we try to, you go over, you try to sell them, no bids. You try to sell them, no bids. Or the bids ain't to, we're not getting enough money because there's so much money owed in taxes, or somebody has a cleaning lien on it or whatever. It's just my opinion. Not that, the court can chime in here in a minute. But it don't do me any good to have piece of property on, that I can't collect the tax on, hoping that I'm gonna get paid what the taxes were. And my dad would say you hope in one hand and whatever in the other and see which one fills up faster. It just don't make sense that we can't get rid of these properties. I personally am not too concerned what I get for the property at all. It would be cheaper for us to give them away and then be able to collect the tax in January than it would be to try to sit here and wait. And you all spend so much time and effort trying to sell them over and over and over and over again. What would you need? And I'll open it up for discussion right now. But there has to be a way to get rid of these properties. I mean, it was scary when I was sitting there going through the list. There's some stuff that the county or the school or whatever might want. Okay. But there has to be a need for it or a purpose before we scratch it off the list, right? Other than I just want it, right? So, I mean, I don't know what y'all think. I mean, we've got a ton of property.
I think we discussed it, but some other taxing units refuse to ratify the sale once the county says yes or the school district says yes. There's always a fly in the ointment.
So I'll address the first part, which was the 100 properties under Valverde County trustee. Obviously, when we go to auction and it does not sell, it is struck off on behalf of all the taxing entities that were part of the judgment, and it is a sheriff's deed that is filed under that title. Now, we're pretty certain we don't have 100 struck off properties. So somewhere, somehow, deeds were filed with that portion identified as Valverde County trustee. We are going through all those 100 properties, and we are preparing a list of the actual struck off properties. In those cases, when they've been identified, Loli doesn't have the authority to change that. That has to be done at the appraisal district level, and that they can file, or whoever filed that, the correction deed. But right now, we're sorting through that to identify. We already have the list of struck off properties because we monitor those after every sale. Now, going to the resale question of struck off properties. If y'all recall, about 2 years ago, and then again last year, we tackled on a project and we were taking private bids to the school, the county, and the city. Most cases, it's normally the county and the school that are part of the judgments that we take. Anything that comes in minimum bid, or a bid that comes in below minimum bid, we are required to present to y'all for approval. We did have cases early on where somebody was holding out for a bit more money. I think now all of the entities pretty much understand the goal here is not to make money. It's to get these properties back on the road to generate revenue. For those properties that have been struck off for years, like you said, we can't give them away. What we are also
I didn't
bringing.
say that. I'd be
No,
okay
but
too.
what we plan on bringing July 1st, to the court are actual bids. We have private bids to present to y'all. Y'all approve, then we take it entity to entity. The other thing that we are gonna present to you is a proposal to reduce those minimum bids. We did that once before, where we got approval from all entities to reduce, if it was struck off for $1,000, let's take it to 500. Again, we're just proposing the amounts, ultimately it's up to you, and if all of the entities can get on the same page, then we can go to a public resale for those reduced amounts. We've done it before, I'll be honest, I don't recall off the top of my head, but I think maybe 3 of those reductions of those properties did sell, and we were also able to get the city to waive some code compliance liens. So a lot of moving parts, but the goal at the end of the day is to get these back on the roll.
And I spoke with the city.
Mhm.
I mean, none of us want to keep cleaning lots. I mean, there's a property on Garza down there that has a mobile home. I think was there when I was a commissioner. I think I might have cleaned it once as a commissioner, and they keep asking commissioner to go
I've
clean
cleaned
it.
it 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, and this is ridiculous. Again, if we get rid of it, then somebody else has to worry about cleaning it. Then we can send a letter for them to clean it, other than us trying to clean it, and we can't get rid of it. I mean, you know, and I'm not saying somebody don't put a match to it, but it'd almost be better off.
Like I said, you all can choose whatever
Well,
amount we
I'm saying I'm
reduce
not-
it to.
I'm not saying that.
Ultimately.
Yeah.
Have y'all ever done a package deal, like, maybe 5 different properties that are all the deal, you know, where real estate buyers will bite and maybe buy some of them?
We can look to see, especially we could get the maps out. I know recently I did 138 lots in Kinney County that Fort Clark went ahead and purchased. That was a package deal, but those had been on there, struck off for 20 years.
And you look at some of our lots, pretty scary, or some of our properties.
So we-
And I'm not saying y'all are not doing a good job, because you brought them to the entities. Sometimes one of the entities just says no, or not. But we all need to be on the same page and get rid of these lots. Like you said, we need to put them back on the tax roll.
Yes.
I mean, enough is enough.
Yeah, and we can look at packaging at the end of the day. You know, we do reach out to realtors, to developers, and they're looking, but, you know, at the end of the day, they'll offer, you know, they'll say, well, I'm gonna throw in an offer for $50, $100. At this point, it's really up to the entities. I'm of the opinion, just get them back on the roll, because I monitor struck off dates, so I know how long they've been off those tax rolls and not generating any funds.
But it seems like with y'all's sales now, y'all have a ton of people showing up.
Yes.
So I would assume that we're not gonna get close to what they're actually worth. I mean, you know, that's the truth. Everybody's trying to buy something that's a steal.
Yes.
But something right now at this point is better than nothing, especially after years and years of waiting. And then once we sell them, we get to collect the tax. And most of the lots that are dirty or whatever, they're gonna go clean them up. In San Felipe area, you know, low end right now is 30,000 for a lot. That's low end.
Yeah.
You know, so, and I get it. We're not gonna get that. We're gonna get the 5, 10s, and 15s, but it's okay, because those people are gonna go build a new home. I think VFW, you know, it's sold. There's an old building on there or the building on there that burnt. They're gonna have to tear it down, but they already know that.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not saying for taxes. I'm just saying that one was actually through realtor. But right now, there's tons and tons of property out there that I'd rather not own as a county.
And again, and the problem is where, you know, we can get into a situation where we stop setting cases for sale after we've taken judgment, because we don't want them struck off and we don't want them off the roll. But then at the end of the day, the point is nobody's still paying those taxes. So
Yes.
we're just stuck in that situation. Again, we send out packets to realtors, to buyers that we know are interested, not just in this region, anywhere. Because we've been monitoring, we monitor these struck off. That's why I'm certain there's not 100 struck off properties from tax sales. This is, we need to get with the appraisal district to see why that is. But we are bringing, private resale bids to you all for approval July 1, in addition with proposed reduction in the minimum bids to see if we can get these out.
There's stuff on there that says Val, and I'm gonna ask the question, I don't know. If there's a piece of property that we've purchased and it says Valverde County trustee, it shouldn't say trustee, it should say Valverde County, right?
I would think so.
Because there's several properties out there that I was looking at that the counties either purchased it or using. And it says Valverde County trustee. I mean, that needs to be
Yeah,
changed.
that's confusion, and
Yeah.
again, that may just have been an error in input. I don't know, like I said, I know Loli was gonna get with the appraisal district. Loli has forwarded those properties that you just mentioned, the 100 to us. So we're gonna go through all of them and cross-check them with what we know is struck off. And those remaining that shouldn't be listed that way, we'll just forward to the appraisal district, and then they'll go through their process in doing what they need to do to correct that identification.
I put this item on the agenda just so the public understands and y'all understand that we need to get them gone. Right now? Go ahead.
We're in
Yeah, I was gonna
agreement.
ask, can the county buy out the other taxing units that have a lien on this property?
They can submit a bid. I know the city's done it in the past, and the county can go and ask the entities to waive their portion. Y'all can waive your portion, it's just the court costs that will remain, owed. Those have to be paid.
Because my question is, could the county, like, get 10 properties and say, okay, City of Del Rio and School District, you're owed $10,000 or $20,000, we'll pay you half, and then we'll take it, and then we sell it. And
We need to be real careful because we can't do that in order to be able to make money.
Yes,
If we make
we
money
can't
at that
use
point,
it
then
as
we're in
source
trouble.
of
How about
It's the
an
public
MOU?
use, we go into the public use issue there.
How about an MOU between all the taxing entities, and we give authority to somebody to go forward with sales as quickly as they can?
And that would be them.
Right.
That would be you. And at the end of the day, you just need to bring us more properties.
Because the properties that are going to each entity, it's slowing the whole process down. Oh, we want more money for this one, we want more for that one. We just need to get them sold, like you were saying. An MOU.
the problem is that some of them, the taxes are more than the value of the property. And some of them have legal descriptions that aren't good.
And some are in flood zones, and there's issues with some of these properties, but at the end of the day, I understand it's having to go to one entity, waiting to see what they say, then going to the other entity, getting on that agenda. But the tax code does require that it be presented before each governing entity. So I don't see a route around that. But what we can do is just get them all at once. The reason we did it is because if one entity declined, there was no point to going to the other entities because it killed it right there and then. So that was the purpose behind going
Bring
individually.
it to us first and let us vote.
So we're bringing them all to July 1.
That'll work. That'll work. If you'll just get them to us, with plenty of time.
Yes, yeah, we received the deadline from your office, so we'll get everything
That'll work.
sent over.
Thank you. Y'all have any other questions for her? And I think, y'all sued my dad on Monday. He's been dead for 3 years on a tax. Yeah. Him and Worley and somebody else on the
Yeah.
property that we couldn't figure out who it belonged to.
Yes,
I got a phone
Mr.
call.
Hernandez is handling that one over there at the court.
Tell me how that works out. If my dad calls you, tell him to give me a call too.
That be long distance.
Yeah, no kidding, is there a phone? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Item 18, we did it with item 13, so we're good. Item 19, Commissioner, you want to table that, or are you going to go to sleep? Okay, I have a motion to table. Commissioner Wardlaw, motion to table?
Motion to.
Motion to table, Commissioner Wardlaw, second Commissioner Vasquez, all those in favor? Aye, anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. 2021 done. 22, no action needed on 22. The individual was being charged interest. Went to go talk to Ms. Garcia. So this lady wrote a letter that she didn't want to pay interest and penalty. The appraisal district finally fixed the homestead exemption. Once she's given that notice that they fixed it, she has so many days to go pay the taxes. She's still within that time frame. So there's no need to waive interest and penalty because she just needs to go pay the taxes. She had it turned in a letter in 2019, evidently it wasn't caught, but there's no reason and no action needed on 22. Item 23, we've already done. Item 24, discussion possible action to ratify.
Motion to approve agenda item number 24.
Second, Commissioner Vasquez.
Should I add comments on number 23? I missed it. I know it already closed.
You want me to go to 23?
If you don't mind.
Yeah, if you don't, yeah.
I wanted to add a comment.
Let me read it.
Yes,
and we'll
sir.
go back to it. Okay. Discussion possible action to enact a ban on fireworks that have missiles with fins and rockets with sticks.
Yes, sir. So I wanted to add a comment on there, sorry. I wanted to see if there was a possible way to, add to that. I know that in the past, when it's very dry, it affects, the, fires and hazards. This year we've been getting a lot of rain. I know as the biggest firework retailer in Del Rio, it affects our, sales drastically, and just, due to the amount of rain we've been getting and all that, I wanted to see if I could add that on there to possibly waive that ban for this coming up season. I know we have retail locations all over Texas, and the amount of rain we've been getting and all that, it's been, good, right? It hasn't affected us. I know, like Oklahoma, they banned rocket for 40 years. This year they lifted the ban because it's been greener and, we've been getting a lot more rain. So I just wanted to add that on there. I missed it since they were both together, but I just wanted to add a comment on there and see if there was.
No, not a problem. We spoke with Chief Vargas.
Yes, sir.
And his recommendation was to put it on.
Yes, sir.
And that's the reason that I allowed it to be put on the agenda.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I think that it's necessary. Chief, what do you think? I guess you wouldn't have put it on if you didn't think it was necessary.
Exactly. So we can't really predict the future weather.
Yes, sir.
But all we need is, a week of 90+ degree weather to start drying, some of this, it's rained a lot, there's a lot of growth.
Yes, sir.
So it only takes a few, days of hot weather to dry everything out, which causes
Yes, sir.
the issue.
Yes, sir. Now, can I add something else? Sorry. So on sticks and fins, rockets, two different categories of that. Bottle rockets, which are a major fire hazard, which Oklahoma had banned for 45 years. Now they got it back. Would we be allowed to sell maybe skyrockets, which are 90% less hazard?
Does it have a stick?
Yes, but it's a lot taller. So when the firework goes off, there's no debris that comes down besides a dry stick. As aside from a bottle rocket.
We have taken a vote on banning sticks and fins.
No problem.
So, George, if you don't mind, go look at it.
Yeah.
Go look at it, and you have the authority to ban it because we've already passed it.
Yes, sir.
That work?
Yes, yes. Thank you.
No, thank you. Have a great day, sir.
Yes, sir. Likewise.
Are y'all okay?
I'm fine.
Item 24, discussion possible action by BOP. We've already done it. Well, we didn't do it. I read it.
You didn't vote.
You only have
A motion, Commissioner Vasquez. Do I have a second?
I second that.
Commissioner Flores. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 25, discussion possible action.
Motion to approve, Judge.
A motion, Commissioner Flores and Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 26, discussion.
Motion approved, Judge.
Second motion, Commissioner Flores and Commissioner Wardlaw. And this one goes in line with item 33 because of the budget adjustment. Matt, you want to do item 33 first or just?
Yeah, we can come back.
Go ahead. All right, on motion, Commissioner Flores and Commissioner Wardlaw. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 27, discussion possible action for approval to declare the following items.
Motion to approve, President Judge.
Motion, Commissioner Flores. Second, Commissioner Wardlaw. Any questions? Y'all gotta have questions. She never comes to this meeting. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries. Thank you so much. All right. Here we go. Discussion and approval. Maybe. A proposed TAC Health Employee Benefit Renewal Packet for Plan Year 2026-2027. Authorized County Judge to sign. Before we do this, we'll give y'all some numbers.
Does I need the copies?
Yeah, if you want to hand them out, that's awesome. Give me 2 of them, I'll put them back there.
I thought these was well.
Oh, we're gonna get covered, you know.
Yeah, you guys are just gonna be fully
Oh,
covered.
yeah, fully, we have so much information, we're gonna wanna go for bids.
Awesome. And I apologize on my copy, but it appears that the printer decided to leave out a couple of characters here and there, but we'll talk through it.
Okay. We're about 110%, about 110% our loss ratio. We're at $303,152,078 what we pay. Claims were $3,488,062. So we're at 110.66%, our loss ratio. So our claims are higher than what we're paying. So that, to give you an idea, our dollars are $876.68 to renew the existing plan that we have today. Last year it was $755.76, an increase of $120.92 per person per month. When I looked at your mid-year review that y'all had presented to us, we had about an average of about 336 employees that were on it.
Okay.
I think today we're about 290 some odd as of today, but, you know, I figured an average of about 336 because that was what y'all's mid-year had presented to us. And in looking at that, you take the increase in dental, which isn't, it's pennies, but you add the $120.92 per employee per month times 336. It's an increase to the Valverde County of about $488,436.48. You look, not only this, but also, we have, our buildings are going up also. We usually pay about $211,000 on that one. Or this is what they're wanting, $211,000. Last year was 183, so we have a $27,500 some odd dollar increase. So between our health insurance and our insurance to cover our buildings, we don't know yet what our vehicles are going to be. We're at $515,995.48 more next fiscal year than this fiscal year. So just, you know, you go through here and look at this stuff, there's just not a whole lot we can do except pay it, especially when we just got a bunch of sick people. You know, I think most of it is diabetes, hypertension. We did have some heart attacks, stuff like that, but diabetes, hypertension, and I fall in that diabetes category. Again, we have $120.92, what it's going to cost us more per month, per person, moving forward. I mean, I'll open up a discussion. There's not a whole lot we can do about it. It is what it is, especially when we have 110% our loss ratio. That's just, you know, it's on us, type deal. It's on every single one of us not taking, and I'm one of them, not taking better care of ourselves. Again, we're going through the budget process right now. I've got all the budgets on my desk. Everybody's asking, but just off the bat, have $500,000 in insurance. Don't have the insurance vehicles yet. If we give the 2.5% raise, that's another $500,000. So, you know, by the time you add fringe and all that, you're probably $1.2 million off the top of my head, just between insurance and raises that will be added to next year's budget. And that's not adding any new employees or anything like that. One of the things that we'll need to look at is our OLS, SB 22 grants. We are able to charge back fringe, especially our SB 22, our fringe benefits, stuff like that. If the SB 22 we need to look at, make sure that the dollars that we're receiving, that they help cover some of our expenses when it comes to that grant.
Yes, on all full-time employees.
Yeah.
You're specifically talking about health.
And we just need to make sure we don't jump over. That'll help us a little bit with this. I know y'all are doing an amazing job with that, but, we need to look at it. When you start spending $876 a month, $10,000 a year, it's gonna end up, it would help to get it somewhere else than other just a county budget.
I know it does seem high. The appraisal district, you've all seen their budget, and they're paying $17,000 a year per employee. So they are close to double what we're paying. And we don't even know they're deductible. I can almost guarantee it's not too bad.
Yeah. Well, again, like I said earlier, there's not a whole lot we can do about this. And then when you look at our loss ratio, it isn't like we're in the 90s or the 80s, we're at 110%. So, that's, if I'm them, if I'm y'all or TAC, they're looking at the pool, trying to put people that ain't that bad, are bad, and then you look at it, and just us is 110%.
Right, that's kind of a good thing, because as you know, insurance, when you have your loss ratio high, it's insurance. Insurance is going to get the money, and it's just paid out over years. So really,
well, we couldn't afford to be self-insured. Let's put it like that.
We've got an interest-free loan.
Yeah.
That is correct.
You want to say something?
Yeah, if I may.
Come on up.
For those of you who haven't met, I'm Mark Solis. This is Lacey Jones.
Yeah, come on up.
Your former benefits consultant, Ernesto, left TAC. We have just hired somebody. She's in training. Lacey is the benefits consultant from South Texas, who's subbing in case y'all have any detail level questions that I can't answer for you. But I did want to say that, unfortunately, your increase this year is a combination of the increase to the pool needed amount, which our actuaries established specifically for the sake of essentially just keeping the pool able to cover claims and operate, right? And so it's that coupled with your higher loss ratio. So the pool needed amount this year was 9.9%. That means in order for the pool to break even, to cover all the claims of all the counties in the pool, which is now 232 entities, counties and county entities like appraisal districts, 9.9% was the needed amount. And then from that established rate, some counties have an even higher increase, and some counties that, let's say that they had a loss ratio of only 70%, they'll have increased below that 9.9%. Unfortunately, y'all have a double whammy if you've had consistently high claims the past few years, so you're above that 9.9% amount. On the flip side, for perspective, I was in a county yesterday. They have y'all with a $250 deductible, y'all have an incredibly generous plan. There's not too many counties that still have a plan that generous. I was in a county yesterday with a less generous plan. They're looking at an 18% increase that takes them from roughly $1,400 to over $1,600 per month per employee, and you guys are at half that. So, and I understand that any increase is painful, but I just wanted to say it's a perspective in the sense of, yes, increases are not good, increases are painful for all of our counties. We understand that. And our job at TAC is simply to serve you and your taxpayers as best we can, keeping rates as low as possible out there in the private sector. A lot of employers are looking at 20 to 30% increases this year. And so, we do what we can. Unfortunately, statewide and nationwide, the increases this year were really astounding. Combination of increases in pharmacy rates, and it's not just utilization, right? It's medical inflation. This year was just really, really high. A lot of bloodborne cancers, that sort of thing, that just have escalated since COVID. So, hate to be the bearer of bad news. Please don't shoot the messenger. But Lacey and I are here to answer any further questions you might have in this space.
No, y'all just need to hurry up and approve my Ozempic because ain't getting it approved. And we have it's like we're visiting with Juanita. We have a lot of other people that were having issues getting their medicine that they've been on for years. It's just harder to get approved. My A1C went to almost 10 to 6 point something.
Goodness.
Yeah, no, I mean, my diabetes, I mean, I had some days that I was in the 300 and 400. I should have been laying on the ground. Now they're happy because it's below 200. Yeah, but either way.
We'll get back with Navitas.
Yeah. And it's just not me. I'm bringing it up because it is me, but, we have a bunch of other people that are visiting with Juanita. She won't tell me who, but because of HIPAA, but she's having issues. Especially since we're gonna give you $120.92 more a month per person.
Completely understand. And we'll get with Juanita and see about getting all of that resolved.
Yeah,
And I'll make
please.
sure to put a call into Navitas before we leave here today.
Yeah. You good? Again, this is one of those deals that, if, we talked about trying to go out for bid with Juanita, to try to get prices from other people, and try to separate this from everything else. But with our loss ratio being 110%, ain't nobody gonna touch us. It's that simple.
Thank y'all for coming.
All right, we need a motion to approve the.
Motion to approve, Judge.
Second.
Motion, Commissioner Vasquez and Commissioner Wardlaw. Any other questions? I should thank y'all. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I know that anytime that we need anything, y'all always come down. And I was looking at the mid-year, review. I mean, we're just sick. I mean, we don't take really good care of ourselves. But either way, thank y'all. All right?
Oh, Judge, one more comment, just like we were talking about in the mid-year review, I do think that a way that maybe we can come in and help with some of those claims, just because I know that we had talked about the high ER utilization, especially those going to the emergency room for non-emergency cases. So we can come in and provide education on the resources that are available, like MD Live, the Nurse Line, things like that, just to remind folks of where they actually can go and try and drive those people that are going to the ER for non-emergent reasons away from it, just to help bring some of that claims cost down and help the loss ratio.
Maybe we can start that this year versus next year. That way when we go into our fiscal year, we already understand.
Yeah, absolutely.
I believe it's just not those benefits. We do give a free law. We do give free financial advice, up to 6 free mental health, six.
And the mental health number is
Yeah.
what?
With the employee
Still get
assistance
free mental
program.
health.
With the employees, the free Ubers, in case you do need an Uber, you do get this sort of program. So, no, you do. Well, it's not free, it's
They're
reimbursed.
there.
But these are just programs that we really should start, because it's included in the price. So it's included in the price. Those programs should start to be utilized so that we get the most out of it.
Especially those, because there's no claims on the back end, so it's not driving up claims costs at all.
We all set up some training?
Yes,
Okay,
absolutely.
all right, thank y'all.
All right.
Thank y'all again.
Thanks, man.
29, discussion possible item HR report.
Percentage, Judge?
Motion, Commissioner Flores, second Commissioner Vasquez. No hiccups in any of them.
Nope, looks good. Thank you.
All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. I'm ready to go home. Item 30, approving bills for payment.
Morning, Judge.
Motion, Commissioner Vasquez, second.
I'll second that. Everything good, Matt, on the bills?
It is, Commissioner.
Great. Any other questions? All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Discussion, item 31, discussion possible.
Motion approved, Judge.
Motion, Commissioner Flores, second Commissioner Vasquez. Any concerns or questions? All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 32, discussion possible action on the following certification of revenue.
Second.
Motion, Commissioner Vasquez, second Commissioner Wardlaw. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 33, discussion possible action. Motion, Commissioner Garcia, second Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 34, discussion
Motion
possible.
approved, and the judge signed.
Motion, Commissioner Flores, second Commissioner Vasquez. Any concerns? All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 35, closed session consultation pursuant to Texas Government Code A 551.071 for institute attorney-client privilege, B 551.071 parentheses what, parentheses A, contemplated litigation C551.072 regarding the purchase, exchange, lease, or value of real property and possible action open session thereafter. D551.073 regarding the negotiated contract, lease, or value of real property and possible action open session thereafter. E551.076 regarding security devices, security audits, and/or security personnel. Y'all will give us the room, and we'll go into executive session. John, with the light turned on, light turned on. Commissioners Court come back into session. Item 36. Commissioners' comments.
Yes, sir. I just want to say what you heard me say yesterday, Judge, in the meeting over the screwworm that the judge and I were in, is that the people need to understand how important it is to report cases. Hiding cases will only get the screwworm further inland into Texas. And as long as the screwworm's front is here along the border, we will get flies, sterile flies dropped here on the border, and it can be stopped. Once it breaks the border, and let's say it gets to I-10, spreads to I-20, we are behind enemy lines essentially. So no more dropped flies will happen here. They will be dropping them at I-20 where the new line of the screwworm is, or the Red River will be getting the screwworm, the sterile ones dropped. Once we're behind enemy lines and it's behind us on I-20 or Red River or wherever, we're living with the screwworm at that point. There's no live flies being dropped here until a new front is established and they suppress them back down to I-10, back down to the Rio Grande. Once we're on the front again, then the sterile flies will begin to be dropped along the Rio Grande and we have a chance to get rid of it. So don't hide the cases, inspect your livestock, get it reported so we can get flies dropped here along the border. Thanks, Judge.
Thank you. Anybody else? No? Under county judges' comments, visited with other judges along the border and even out on the border. But I'm going to get with the county attorney's office to file a local declaration of disaster regarding the threat of the New World screwworm. We'll have that done hopefully before this week's out and get that filed. I know that Governor Abbott, which we greatly appreciate, he filed one in January, a proclamation on the New World screwworm, but I think it's important enough also that we take that action too as a county. But that's all I have. And one other thing, we do know of cases of the screwworm, or we know of suspected cases around us of the screwworm. Until those cases are confirmed, and that means go to the lab and then come back that they're confirmed, we will not make a comment on that until those cases are confirmed. If, like Commissioner just said, if you have an animal, please report the cases. Let's get them tested. Let's get that sample tested and sent off. That's all I have. I'll entertain a motion on item 38 to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn, Judge.
I have a motion, Commissioner Vasquez.
Second.
Second, Commissioner Wardlaw. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries. We are adjourned. Thank y'all.